Well, I appreciate you coming out today. I thought that our team competed extremely hard. After watching the tape, I thought there was a lot of positives to take from the ball game. Offensively, the first quarter and a half, we pretty much were able to do what we wanted to do. We ran the ball well. We ran the quarterback well. We pitched and caught the ball good. We blocked their big front pretty much that entire first half. So there was a lot of positives there as far as that's concerned. And then defensively, when you go back and look, when we just had some problems aligning, and that's not been an issue all through camp. I don't know whether it was some guys got a little starry-eyed or the speed of the game kind of maybe took them by surprise a little bit. But when we lined up properly defensively, we pretty much we shut them down. So athletically, I thought we held up good, especially there in the first half. Second half, we wore down a little bit, and of course the game got out of hand. We were just incapable of moving the football. Our defense was out there a long time, and then usually when you're playing a superior opponent with as much depth as they had, usually things do get out of hand at that point, and they did. But there, about 10 minutes second quarter, we're leading. Have a good drive going, turn the ball over. From that point forward, the game went south in a hurry. But again, there's a lot of positives from it, a lot of room for improvement. I thought our special teams was solid, especially it was good to see Carson kick the ball in the end zone. That doesn't sound like much, but that's a big weapon to be able to have. Hopefully that will continue. And then this week we just got to continue to focus on getting better and being the best team that we can be as we prepare for our home opener Saturday night.
What does it say about your offense to be able to score 14 points on an SEC defense in that first quarter? I mean, is that just abundant positives?
Well, yeah, I thought our O-line did an excellent job blocking. We threw and caught the ball well. It helped that McHale was able to scramble like he did. We ran the ball good. The biggest thing going into a game like this is you just don't take much of a down-the-field pass and attack in just because of lack of time to throw the ball. So what usually happens, and it happened the other night about midway there through the second quarter, they figured out that we were not going to throw the ball down the field. We wasn't going to try to hold on to it long, so they clamped down on us. And when they did that, there just wasn't a whole lot of room, wasn't many openings to throw the ball. But yeah, early there in the first quarter, we were moving it at will, and that was really good to see.
Do you expect McHale to be the leading rusher in the future, or is that something you need to retool or expect defenses to take away in the future?
Well, we just call plays. I mean, we do a good job, I think, of scripting plays, trying to get the ball to the guys who can make plays during the course of the ball game, and we try to do that early on to let everybody get some touches and whatnot. And if they're taken away and he scrambles and he runs for a bunch of yards, so be it. But I mean, there's no rhyme or reason. Some games, they may not let him do that. The down the field passing game may be open. We're going to take what the defense gives us and go from there.
Now that you had a chance to look at film, what are some positives you can take away defensively? What did you see that you did like?
Well, I thought we tackled well, except for a couple of times when the good running back got running downhill on us. That nobody really wanted to get in his way. He's a good player. But I thought our corners played exceptionally well. The big thing was we lined up in the wrong front. We were just checking the wrong way, and I don't know why. And we're baffled by it, and we're disappointed in that because when we did line up properly, they didn't gain many yards rushing, and so those are maybe we got a few guys out of position that it hadn't shown up in practice. I mean, there were sometimes we had 4 men in the box. And nobody does that. I mean, guys just were blowing circuits out there, and it's pretty simple stuff. That's what was the most disappointing thing. So we'll go back, and we're going to make a few adjustments personnel-wise, see how that works out for us, because when we did do what we were supposed to do, we played really good at times. I was really excited about it.
What do you know about Campbellsville and what they're going to bring in, Sam?
Well, I know that they're going to come in. They're going to play extremely hard. They're well coached. Defensively, they're going to blitz you a good bit, so you got to be ready for that and play a lot of man coverage is what we've seen. And That can go either way. That can be a big day for you or a big day for them, depending on how you pick it up. And then offensively, they run a lot of option game, and that's always a bugaboo to try to work on because it's just so much assignment. So that's a little bit different than what we're accustomed to seeing. But again, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who we're playing, Missouri, Campbellsville, Missouri State, Bowling Green, Jacksonville State, on and on. Our deal is to try to be the best we can be each week and control what we can control, and that's our preparation leading up to the game.
We have one good running back, Ben Axon. They have more than one, but he showed a really good Saturday night. 6'2", 225 pounds, Ben Axon, over 100 yards, so he's pretty capable.
Yeah, well, he's a big back, and we just can't let him get going downhill on us. And he actually signed with South Carolina out of high school, and he's moved around a few times. So they got a lot of good transfers on their team. But that's one guy that's going to be is a guy that we're going to have to key on and have to stop in order to be successful.
You talk about having senior day here at the front of the season as opposed to years past and having the senior day festivities at the end of the year.
We saw Kent State do that a couple years ago, and they had a big crowd at the game, and it was just a great atmosphere for those guys. And then Paul Bubb had brought that idea to me during the spring, and I thought it was an excellent idea. Traditionally, our best crowds are early in the year. Things are going well. It's a night game, a little bit of electricity in there, being the first home game, everybody being around. So we just thought it was a good way to kind of kick off the home season by honoring those guys on a big night, opening night. So we'll see how it goes, but I think it's going to go well. I think it's going to be a better way to honor those guys, and I foresee us doing that in years to come.
Is this a little different for you as a head coach with this group of seniors being the four-year guys? I mean, most of them.
Well, they're all special guys. I mean, a guy hangs around 4 or 5 years, they're always special to you because they've had to have a lot of discipline. They've had to work extremely hard, and they've had to put up with me for that long a period of time. So when they get to be seniors, time goes by fast, and you want to send them out with success, and hopefully that this group will be able to do that.
Is there any particular area where you're looking for improvement this week?
Well, pretty much every position there will. I mean, I really mean that. Where there's not one guy on the team that can't get better in our techniques and our schemes and all the things that go along with being a good football player. So I think you make the most improvements between games 1, 2, and 3. And after game 3, you kind of know what you got. You kind of know what you're good at, what type of team that you're going to be throughout the course of the season. So it's big for us that we got to go out and just really improve overall as a football team and come in here next Monday and say, hey, we made a good jump there. Now we're trying to make it one more time. And I think that's what I want to see this week is just our overall operation improving dramatically.
McKale-Meta Sports Center top 10 play. Is that kind of one of those bonuses of that exposure playing in SEC school?
Well, sure. That definitely helps in recruiting and notoriety, especially with Twitter and the age that we're in. I mean, it was blowing up, and and with us being ahead 14-13 there for a while, we got a lot of good publicity from that. So, that's good. Again, at the end of the day, as a competitor, it's hard to swallow getting beat like we did, but also you got to be keep it real and understand what kind of foe you're going up against, the conditions we were playing in. Do I think we could have played better and it could have been a lot closer? Sure, I do. I'm kind of disappointed in that. It kind of got away from us quickly, and a lot of times when you play a team that has more depth, supposedly better players than you, a better team, if you get the momentum in their favor, it's hard to regain it. But having that on SportsCenter was big, and I think we also had one make SportsCenter in the negative way, that great catch the guy made. I don't know if it was on one of them. So we made it, but hey, my deal's any publicity is good publicity.